Today I'd like to introduce a great little module to the content management system, which is the newsletter. The newsletter is broken into two parts: the ability to have subscribers and people for them to subscribe to it via the public parts of the website, and the second one, which is where you will actually send messages out to the people on your subscriber list. So first of all, we'll have a look at the public screens. I have one here. It's a simple sign-up form with your first name, last name, email, organisation, etc., and some capture information to help avoid spam. Once you've submitted that information, it will go through and tell you that an email has been generated and sent out to the account that you've registered, where you will need to then go in and click on the link provided, which will in the email to confirm the address. Once you have done so, you will come through to a successful subscription message, and then give you the option of signing up to the categories that you've set out for your mailing list subscribers. Using the categories is a way of which you will be able to then target specific groups, or in this case categories, of people, so that when you are sending out newsletters, it's very specific to the type of interests that they have, and you're not going to be sending out to people who have no interest in it. For instance, a good example of that is where you might have multiple languages, where if you want to send out to people who speak English as opposed to people who speak Welsh or Spanish or French, for example. Okay, so that's how people can handle the signing up on the process. You also actually have the option to change their details and their categories and remove themselves from the subscription list at a later date, so it doesn't require you to micromanage it. Going through to the administration screens, the mailing list subscriber information is contained in the menu up at the top. You can search for subscribers. You can also add new ones into it if you have a few people, say from an existing database that you wanted to add in. You'd be able to manually add them in and approve them from there. You could create new categories quite simply by going in, choose category, create. This time I need to specify language because we have 2 languages. And you'll see that there's a number of them already in the display order. I can add a new one to the list. Sample activity 4, it adds it to the top, and I just drag it down to the bottom for the order, and then I can choose save. Okay, so now that we have our subscription list, what we want to do is go through to the newsletter page, and then you'll see that you can search for newsletters that have been sent or previously saved. You can create a new newsletter, and also there's an option here for templates. You can have multiple templates. One will automatically be set up for you by default when you have the module, but others can be added at a later date. You can do it yourself, but we would recommend, because it's quite a specialist area, that you have us set them up for you. Okay, so with our templates already in place, what we're going to do is go through and create a newsletter. Choose a template I want. I have 2 in here. I have a blank template and a demo template. I'm going to use the demo template just because it's pre-filled and I don't want to get bogged down in the actual content of it. So once we're through to the next page, you'll see that you have a email address who it appears to have come from, and a name associated with it, and also the subject line, which you can change on a case-by-case basis. Then you have the email message contents. The template that you've chosen is automatically put in with pre-filled in information in this case. So normally that would probably involve the header and the footer, and leave this content area blank. You'll see that you can add headings. You'll also notice that there are links within it, so you can link back to parts of your website. You'll also notice that there's a place for an image here, but what you probably can't see so easily is the fact that that image is not using the floating or the alignment of the right, which you would normally do on a web page via the image alignment here. So I'm not selecting that in order to position it. The reason for that is that newsletters don't handle web pages being drawn, even though they are HTML, in the same way that your browser would. So in order to prevent any sort of formatting issues, we use tables to lay it out. So simply all we've done there is we've gone in, we've used the table insert table feature, specified a 2x2 or sorry, a 1x2 table. Left hand column, we've put the text into it. The right hand column, we've put an image into it. If I don't want to use that placeholder one, I could go along, choose the image manager, find the replacement image I wish to use, and double-click it and put it into the page. So you've got the full features. You can create all your links. You put your images into it. You'll also notice that we have an attachments tab. From here, you can add up to two documents as attachments. Simply find the document you want to add. It does have a file size restriction and a file type restriction. This is just to help protect you from any sort of negative lists and things, because large emails, certainly ones of thousands and tens of thousands, if they have large attachments, they might get themselves onto a watch list. We can actually prevent and keep you safe from all of that by following these simple instructions of keeping the file size low and the types down to a minimum. Then what we can do is choose our recipients. Now you'll see that this one has a mailing list subscriber and the member section. It's because we've got the members part of this demonstration site. So if you actually have our members module as well as our newsletter module, you actually get more out of this as well. So what we can do is, if we just wanted to target our members, we would check all members, or you can break it down by language if you have that option enabled. And then you can do that without contacting any of your subscribers. So it's a very good way of targeting who you're going to be sending a newsletter out to. You can also choose all of your subscriber lists if it's a bit of big scale information, something that's very important and you want everyone to receive. Or sometimes it's more applicable to be able to just target certain category groups that people have signed up to. So for instance, if I wanted to target people who just subscribe to our video tutorial in the English side of the website, I'll be able to tick that and only target those people. When you're happy with all of the changes, choose Save. Once it's saved, you can choose Save and Send Test Message. What this will do is the account that you've logged in on, which is hopefully your own account, but it might be that you're using a shared account or somebody else's. Hopefully, or talk to the person whose the account is if it's not your own. You'll be able to go and check the newsletter as it would appear in the browser. In the email client. When you're happy that everything is okay, what you can do is publish it, or we call it Save and Send, and it will then send it out to all of the recipients on that list. Please make sure that you have checked your work. There is nothing worse than sending out 1,000 emails to people and then find that the information is wrong. So that Save and Send test is a very, very good way of making sure that it is accurate before you do it. Once you've saved and sent the message, that's it. It's out there. You can't withdraw it. So please be very careful before you do that. But hopefully what this has done is show you how easy it is for you to be able to give generic and very targeted marketing to your subscribers and your members if you have that module as well. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, come back and see what more we're doing on the website.